opportunity to welcome you to our today's lesson. I'm glad that you're able to make it for this lesson. Feel comfortable, make yourself free as we continue to learn on some of the aspects that we can do to improve in our businesses. But before we do that, I want us to introduce ourselves so that you get to know each other. Maybe we can start from which side today? Because I see we have some new visitors. Is that this side?
Yes.
All right. Democracy in the class. So you can introduce yourself so that the rest of the participants can know you.
Good evening. I'm Wendy McKenna. I'm a salonist. Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome, Wendy.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Kelly. I'm also a salonist.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Abigail. I deal with M-Pesa and clothing.
Thank you. Welcome so much. I find that each and every one of us is engaged in a business. So meaning we're in the right class. And I know there are some of the things that we'll be sharing in regards to our businesses that at the end of the lesson, everyone will have learned something from his or her friend. So before we do that, I would like to take some of the expectation, because when you heard about this class today that you are coming to do, because the topic that you are covering today is a continuity of what we covered last time on things to buy in a business. So today we'll be dwelling deeper to look at some of the steps to follow when we are buying for our businesses. So I want you to give me, in your piece of paper, kindly write for me some of the expectation. What did you expect to learn when you came for this class today? Okay. So Wendy, I can see you've written something in your paper. So you can exchange with your neighbor so that your neighbor tells us what you expected to learn today. So you can exchange with Wendy and then Kareda exchanges with. So Abigail, maybe you can tell us what Wendy was expecting to learn, the expectation. Maybe you can read from the paper.
How to improve my services and get more customers.
Thank you. How to improve the services and get more customers. So, Wendy, Kareda, I can see Abigail is showing you what she has written. So what has she written? What was her expectation?
On how to improve while buying my goods.
Thank you. On how to improve on buying her goods. Thank you. Wendy, what has Kelly written?
What kind of goods can I buy to attract customers?
Thank you. What kind of goods that she can buy to attract customers? Very nice. You can give your friend back your papers, and then at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to find out whether we are able to meet your expectations as per our today's lesson. So, in our today's lesson, we'll be looking at the major topics, steps to follow when you're buying for our businesses. And the reason as to why we are doing this, our main objective is for you to be able to understand a procedure that you can be able to follow when you want to buy for your business. And then you'll be able to also to identify and gauge some of the aspects that you need to look at when you want to buy for your business. So having said that, I want us to refresh our minds. Because before we come to the steps, in our last lesson, we tackled on some of the things that we need to buy. And we all agreed that there are some of the things that we need to buy for our businesses. True or false?
True.
So what are some of the things that we agreed on that we need to buy for our businesses? just to refresh our minds a little bit faster. Wendy? Braids. So braids is part of the finished goods. Kelly? Conditioner, that is part of the finished goods, right? Abigail, what was your business buying?
My business buying the dummies, the equipment.
The equipment. It was buying the dummies because you have a clothes business. So the dummies, that is what your business was buying. So thank you very much. And apart from that, we also have the services that our business buys, okay?
Yes.
And further to dwell into that, we looked at some of the qualities that you need to look at when you are going to buy. Can you remind ourselves? What are some of the things that you need to look at when you're buying for our businesses?
The quality.
The quality, thank you.
Price.
The price, thank you. Durability, thank you very much. I find that the class was very interesting and you were able to pick some of these things that you actioned in your businesses. So my question would be, having assessed all that and you've identified what your business needs, what are some of the steps that you normally take when you want to buy for your business? Do you have someone who would like to share with us what are some of the steps that he or she takes when she wants to buy for her business? Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? Abigail, you want to volunteer? Welcome.
Okay, first of all, you have to contact your suppliers.
So Abigail contacts your supplier. So it is Abigail who is sharing her keys, right? So Abigail, you contact your suppliers. Thank you.
You contact several suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
You know the prices of your goods, of the goods that you want. Then you ask whether the quality of the goods that you want, whether they are available. After that, you have to know whether the colors, the sizes, whether still they are there. Okay, after that, you take the quantity of the goods that you needed. Then after that, you do a negotiation so that you can get it at a better price. I know the demand of the customers and the price that the customer is willing to take the item with. After that, you have to make your order. Then after you receive your goods, you have to check the condition of the goods, whether all goods are there and whether they are in a good condition. After that, you make your payment. Yes.
Thank you very much, Abigail. I want us to appreciate Abigail, and I will show you a style that you'll appreciate him so that she feels appreciated for even accepting to share with us. This is how we are going to appreciate her. We are going to give her a thumb. A thumb is like this, eh? Yes, so let's appreciate him. Thank you so much, Abigail, for sharing with us how you normally do it in your business. And with this, are there some of the challenges that you encounter when you're buying your items?
Okay, sometimes you may purchase for goods, you may buy some goods, then after that the customer come and say, oh no, I did not request for this quality, I needed this quality, I didn't want this size is too big for me or it's too small for me, I needed this size. Then sometimes you have maybe the demand of the good, you may order some goods, maybe they be less or they be more. Yes.
Thank you very much, Abigail, for sharing that with us. And what effect does it have in your business?
Okay, you may end up having losses.
You have losses?
Yes.
Because of course now the stock that you have,
it's more.
It's more, right?
Yes.
And then it's not moving like you expected.
Yeah,
so
there's no flow.
There's no flow.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Abigail. And Wendy, when you're doing your buying of your braids, do you follow the same step or yours is a little bit different?
Same.
It is the same.
Yeah.
Are there any challenges that you face?
Yeah.
Like what?
Sometimes
Mhm.
you buy the brains
Mm-hmm.
and like the daddy brains
Mhm.
and the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get some people like daddy brains more than the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up losing the sisters brains.
The sisters' brains.
Yeah, because no customers are buying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate Wendy. Thank you very much. So I want us to go through the steps that are recommended, because for every business there are some of the steps that are recommended when you're buying your items, and probably at the end of the lesson you'll be able to see if some of the challenges that you have faced, they can be addressed. All right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So some of the steps that we look when you're buying for our business. The first one is finding out the business needs. So Abigail, do you have something that you'd like to say? The business needs. Thank you. So the first step that you need to do is to find out your business needs, right? And the business needs, these are the customer needs. And what does your business require? Because that is what is going to help you understand what you're going to buy. For example, you can find this out from your customers. What type of shoes they require. For example, the Abigail's business. What kind of shoes they require? Which color do they require most? Which type of dresses do they require most? Because that is what is going to help you understand what you're going to buy for your business. After you get that, then you need to get the information about the different suppliers. In your business, it is always advisable not to settle on one supplier. Why? Because of the pricing. Abigail, you did share with us where you normally buy your items from.
Sometimes you may order your items
Mhm.
from ITCILO or Kamukunji.
So you normally order your items from ITCILO or Kamukunji.
Kamukunji.
So meaning the suppliers in Kamukunji and also ITCILO, are they the same?
No.
They are different. And probably you have some of the reasons that made you to settle on those suppliers. Would you be willing to share with us?
And sometimes
Mhm.
ITCILO, you may get the quality items. Then sometimes at Kamukunji the prices are cheap and you can afford them. And also the price goes with the customer's pricing. Yeah.
So thank you very much. We said that the first step is for you to identify the business needs. So for example, if your customers like low-priced shoes, then you know where to contact the suppliers. So like you said in Kamukunji, they are lowerly priced than compared to ITCILO. So in this case now, with that information, you'll be able now to get different suppliers who can be able to meet the needs of your business. Then it is also important, once you identify those suppliers, it is important for you to conduct a background check for those suppliers. And why is it important for you to conduct the background check on your suppliers? It is because you need to know how they've been supplying the items to the other customers. Are they reliable? Do they have after-sales service? Do they have good customer service? So it's important for you to have those background checks. Where are they located? Just in case you want to go and visit them, in case you have any complaint, do you have nowhere they're supposed to, you can be able to get them. So checking the background for the suppliers is very, very important. Then after that, you've checked their background, then it is important for you to contact them for the quotation. You already have a list. Like for example, you need 50 pairs of shoes. You need, for example, in your business, Wendy, you need 50 braids. So at this point now, it is important now to contact those suppliers so that you can be able to get the quotations. You tell them, this is what I need. Then after that, then your suppliers will be able to give you the different quotations. Why is it important that you get the suppliers to give you the different quotations? It is because Different suppliers have different prices, like we've said. Their qualities are different, their terms of delivery are different. So a quotation at this point will help you as a business, as an entrepreneur, to be able to identify the best supplier that you can be able to settle on. So once you get the quotation, then it is important now to negotiate with the supplier, because the prices that they have given you there, you could go ahead and ask them, if you supply for me, is there, if I order these goods, these goods, is there discount for the items that I'll be ordering? If I order like this, are you able to deliver for me for free? Then at that time you negotiate, because negotiation skill is something that you need also to adopt in our businesses. Then after you do the negotiation and you have agreed with your supplier, then the other thing that you need to do, it is to sign the contract and also make the order. You do not go to sign a contract if you've not agreed with your supplier. And a contract is a very, very important tool in your business. Why? Why do you think that you need contracts in our businesses?
So that when you order your goods, and maybe they come and they are not in a good condition, then you can talk to your supplier, and maybe you can return the goods for an exchange.
Thank you. Because now the terms of your service with your supplier, they're indicated in the contract. So in case of anything, in case, for example, the supplier does not meet your needs, or even supplies the items differently with the way that you had agreed, then the law can come in there. The same case, if you as a business, you're not able now even to sell, to pay the supplier like you had agreed, also the supplier can take an action against you so that he can have to recover in the business. Remember, this is a business and a contract is very, very important. And then once you make a contract, you do sign a contract, then at that point now you can make your order for the items that you want. After that you make the order now, you'll be able now to receive and check the goods immediately. Because once you do the order, then they will supply you with the items with a delivery note. And then once the items arrive, then you're able now to check. I ordered 50 braids. Are they the ones that have been delivered? I ordered, for example, 50 pairs of shoes. Are they of the right quality? Are they of the right size? Is that what I really ordered? Are they priced the way that I had requested? Then after that now, you check the invoice, because now once you agree that you identify that the prices or the goods are in good condition, then after that, you're able now to send it back with a delivery note, accepting that, yes, you've checked the items, they're of the right quality, they are of the right quantity, there is no default. Then after that, you send a delivery note. But then just in case something happens, and for example, you ordered 50 pairs and they have arrived 45 pairs, then immediately you raise a complaint to the supplier so that now you can be able to agree on how that one will be compensated. Of course, also looking at the contract. All right. Then after that, once you check on that, then the invoice is sent immediately by the supplier. And once you receive the invoice, then it means you'll be able now to pay your items. So payments now comes in, and once you make your payments, then you receive a receipt of the same. So this means now you can be able to pay via M-Pesa, you can pay cash on delivery, you can pay via checks, depending on the way that you agreed on with the contract. Okay? So at every step, for example, at every step now that we have looked at, probably you can be able now to identify what has been the challenge, or why the challenge has been there. For example, Abigail, you raised this challenge that at times you buy items and then when they come, you find that the clients, they do not want that. Okay? Yes. Can you identify the step that probably could be missing from the way that you've looked at it?
Maybe I did not check. First of all, maybe I did not inquire the demand from the customers.
Thank you. So in your case, you did not identify the demand from the customers, what they really wanted. So you just went and bought the items and then brought them in your shop. So that's why you find that you have a lot of stock that is remaining, and then your customers have not been able to buy. Okay, so probably that is something that you need to look at even as you continue with your business. Then there are other records, of course, that are necessary. There are some of the documents that are necessary when you are doing when you're following up on this process. So for example, there's an inquiry when you're contacting the supplier. So like you can see there, that customer was able to make an inquiry. An inquiry basically is to know whether that supplier has that. So you can do an email to them, you can make a phone call to them just to get to inquire whether they have the products that you want. Then the other thing, when it comes to negotiation, the terms and also the choosing the best supplier, you also need to do a quotation. And a quotation is a very, very important document because it will help you to compare different prices, to compare the different terms of the suppliers, so that as you sit down, you can be able now to gauge which one do I pick. Like Abigail had shared with us the case of ITCILO and also the case of Kamukonji. He settled to those because of pricing, for example. He told us about the quality. So those are some of the things that made her settle on that. And this one can only be gotten from the quotation. When you do the quotation now indicates the pricing, and it also indicates the terms of delivery, the terms of payment, which advises you as an entrepreneur. Then an order is very important. Once you sign the contract and make the order, then there's an order note that is you make. So you make an order to them. So you make an order to them indicating that I want 50 braids. I want 100 pairs of shoes. So you make an order so that now they can be delivered. Then the other one is you receive and take the goods immediately. At that point you receive a delivery note. Because the order has already arrived to the supplier, they'll send you a delivery note just to confirm that what you ordered is what has been delivered. And you say just in case it is not the one, then you raise a complaint immediately for them to act on it. Then there's the invoice and also the receipt. It is very important. As a business person, the invoice is very important, and also the receipt, because now this one will help you to know the payments that you're supposed to make. And then once you make the payments, then the supplier is able to give you a receipt, which now confirms that you have paid. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like these are some of the documents that we need in our businesses?
Yes.
They're important.
Yes.
And yes, because now, as we progress now to the next topic, we'll be looking at controlling the stock. Abigail just told that at times she makes orders and then the stock does not move, okay? So how can that be controlled in the future? And these are some of the things that you can be able to look at, so that now you know, if I order these and they are not going, for example, how can I be able to do that? If during, for example, the peak season, that is Christmas festival seasons, how now can I be able now to increase my orders? Because that is the peak. That is when people are going for festivities. If their children, they have closed for school, then they need to be plaited their hair, so you need to buy more braids. So it helps you to make a decision as an entrepreneur, and then your business is going to thrive even as, and also make more profits even as you proceed. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I want you to indicate to me, even as we proceed from there, what are some of the actions that you're going to take in your business so that you can improve it from what you've been able to learn? How are you going to improve your process of ordering your items? Can you indicate that? Probably you can discuss and share with your partner, so that now we can have actionable points as we progress. Let us have some action points that you're going to take. What are you going to do different? What are you going to improve on? So that now, when you're buying the items for your business, then it becomes perfect. And then you're able to increase your profit, because at the end of the day, we do not want losses in our businesses. What do you want? You want to make profits, okay? Yes. Yeah, let's continue to think, so that now we can have some actionable points as we progress with our businesses. Okay. So anyone willing to share with us? We can learn from one another. Start with who at this time? Makina, do you want to start? Thank you. So what are some of the actions that you're going to take from now?
Adding more than one supplier.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's appreciate Makena. Having more than one supplier. So that is what you're going to add in your business. Having more than one supplier. Because you've been focusing on one supplier. Any other action? Thank you. So Caretta says that she's going now to start signing contract. Let's appreciate Caretta. And you, Abigail?
Making inquiries from the customers to know their demand, the prices that they want, and also to know what about the new fashion, the fashion that is currently flowing. Yes.
Thank you very much. Power. Thank you. So those are very, very important action points that you're going to use, and I can assure you that if you are able to incorporate that in your businesses, then you'll see a great improvement in that, and also more profits. You'll not be making losses. All right? Thank you for your participation. We are almost coming to the end of our training today. And just before we finish, you heard some of the expectations that you had indicated. And from the expectations, if I can be able to go through them, Abigail, you wanted to know how you can be able to know the type of goods that you want to buy, right? Has that been met?
Yes.
Thank you. Kareda, you had an expectation? I don't know whether it has been met. It has been met?
Yeah.
Thank you. Makena, your expectation, was it met?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So I'm happy that you've been able to come to the end of the training session. And I know that during the next session, we'll be looking at how to control the stock, so that once we buy the items, then how do we control the stocks that we buy in our businesses? So thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you during our next session. Thank you. Let's appreciate ourselves. Thank you.